Hi guys, it's the Black Bonsai Guy, and I'm back again today. I'd like to welcome everybody to the show. Welcome all of my BBs and PGs, all my bonsai boys and girls out there. Today, I will be doing some repottings. I had a couple of jade plants in the backyard that I had in a pot that I got last year. And today I will be doing some repottings on these, getting them into some soil. Unfortunately, I had some, and these are pretty thick. As you can see, this is probably 3 inches in diameter, 2.5 inches in diameter. I had some big cuttings that I had, and I put them in a pot, and I knew that it wasn't the best soil to root them in. However, I never got around to actually doing the repot, and some of the jade started to rot. Unfortunately, I kind of had them sitting in soil that probably was maybe 3 inches, and it just got too much water, and a lot of the bottoms rooted out. So what I did was I just started taking some cuttings off of the plants, and I'll be turning them into bonsais, but they need to root out a little bit more before I put them in real pots. So what I have here today, I have just some regular black pots that I plan on putting some of the bigger ones in. And if you watch Hunting and Shopping for Discounted Plants, it's my Monday segment that I put out every Monday. I found someone that was selling these little 2-inch terracotta pots, and it was like 27 of them for 15 bucks. So I just couldn't pass up that deal. I went and bought them just to kind of give you an idea. It'll be something kind of like that, a little bonsai in a pot. I want to get into the small ones because I think that these look pretty cool when you put them in small pots. Here's another potential example. This is probably too big for this pot. If it falls over on its own, it probably is too big. In that case, it'll go into a black one. But I'm also thinking about even cutting these down a little bit more and making little trees from them. But anyway, without further ado, we'll go ahead and get started. So the first one that I want to do is, let's see, we got this one down here. Nice little tree. See that? And I think putting that tree in this pot, I think that's a vibe. That's a real vibe right there. So what I have here is, I have this is bonsai soil that has been sifted. This is the stuff that I normally would not use in my regular bonsai. It's real fine. These are the fines that have been sifted out. So this is a little bit of an experiment here. I'm going to use this soil in the bottom of these little terracotta pots and see how it performs with the fine. I'll be careful to watch my watering and don't let these rot. I think I'm gonna give them one watering and I won't touch them for several days. I have some rooting powder here that I really don't use this brand anymore, but I figured I'll go ahead and use this. Why not? So I'm gonna give it just a little bit around there. Put some on the bottom. I don't mind getting this into my soil. I don't think you really need this, but I want to make sure that these stick. I don't want to lose any more of them. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a little bit of this soil, kind of put it in there. And boom. So here's the first one. I think they'll vibe. What you think? Now I could do something like this. There's many different ways I could style it in the pot. And when I moved it, I lost my footing. So let me start over. think this is gonna be a nice idea when it's all said and done. Just kind of tap them, put them to the side. Next one, I like the way that this particular one has lots of knots, twists and turns. This portion of the plant is shriveled up. It's probably gonna die. I'm gonna go ahead and help it out. Take this off. You know, I like the way this looks. You can have that into a pot, maybe trim it down a little bit, maybe trim it about right there. I think it's a little too heavy for these. It'll tip over. I should put some type of screening or something in the bottom of these to make sure that this soil doesn't run out, because it's really fine. Let's try to get it in here. Let's try. Let's get some rooting powder on it. And I'm gonna just, you don't have to do this with these, but I'm gonna just scrape the sides just a little bit. Just to expose that cadmium layer a little bit, maybe go a little bit past it. I just wanna get some of that rooting powder in there, because that's another thing I forgot to mention. These particular plants, they have calloused over for 2 days. So they ready to rock and roll. And I'm just dipping them in this rooting powder because, like I said, I don't use this rooting powder anymore. I switched to the Clonex, and Clonex has so far done a good job. I think this batch might have just been old. You know what I mean? I think I might have just had an old batch of rooting powder. Okay, piece of hair in there. I wonder where that comes from. So I'm gonna that's the second one there. Another vibe, and I'm gonna just go ahead and put it on there. I'm gonna keep these in these pots. It's trying to tip over on me, so I'm going to use a pot that's next to it for some support. All right, got this guy right here. This could be a twin trunk bonsai one day. Get some more of these terracottas. Boom, boom, boom. I am just going to take that little covering off of this node. I'm going to dip this into my rooting powder. Again, really just doing this to ensure success. I really want these to thrive and be good here. See if we can work this down into that soil. I have to pull some of this out. So what's been going on with you all? Anybody out there getting into bonsai? I know a lot of people, I don't know, especially like lately, been hitting me up. I sold a couple of my juniper bonsais. A couple of people hit me up on Instagram, Facebook as well. So I think I'm going to get into the business of selling some of these bonsais, because you can't keep them all for yourself. So this is a nice one right here. Got that, got different angles going. Eventually you would cut this off, cut that off, and you know, kind of appreciate. I probably would take this top one off to keep it moving. Again, let's see if we can just cut this on the side just to expose a little bit of the juice so we can get our rooting powder on here. Tap that off a little bit more. So what I'll do is I'll probably fast forward through this part here, and I'll just keep working. That way I don't bore you. But this is very fulfilling for me. It is. I feel like we're finally starting to see some progress in the progression of this. I mean, I've really been playing around with this. I should have did this much longer ago, but I guess I was focused on working more important things, you know. But I really wanted to get these in soil so that next year I'm gonna just pull these straight out. They should be full of roots, and put these bad boys into some soil. Or I'm probably gonna keep some of these in these pots, you know, because people want stuff for like the kitchen area. People want stuff for the bedroom. You know, some succulents are very low light tolerant plants, and they're perfect. You know, you can do it. Now I could have done 2 bonsais out of this one, but I'm going to split this straight down the middle. And take advantage of that so I can coat this with rooting hormone. Nice, nice. And I might come back with hit these with a little chopstick just to take out any air bubbles, but not 100% concerned with that. Press it down pretty firmly, and shouldn't be much in there. We got this guy right here. Do we cut it down the middle? We're gonna turn that into just a bigger bonsai. We're gonna leave you alone. Here's another smaller one. You know, I think that's a vibe. Let's go ahead and take a little bit of this off. Let's get this in here for my rooting hormone. I would turn this one into a bonsai on its own, but I think this limb is eventually gonna die. It's real limp right now. And it might not die, it just could be that, hey, it doesn't have enough water in it because I cut it. And after it grows some roots and can take up some water, it might be ready to rock and roll. But we're not gonna wait around too long to see. We're just gonna get it into a pot like that there. Really interested in seeing how these bonsais will be in, 6 years or so. And the good thing about doing all this on YouTube is I can always go back and kind of document and rehash how things were. Put that bad boy there. It's turning into a little jungle over there. Now here's one that's real knotted up. It's very dehydrated. Will it make it? Don't know. If it does make it, it will make a very interesting bonsai due to the fact that it has that gnarly and knotted trunk. Should see. Yeah, I think it'll make a nice one. So let's get this. I need to go get some more pots. Oh boy, what is you doing? Get some soil. Keep in mind that not everything is going to make it. Some things are going to die. just come with the game. So don't get too emotionally attached to anything, because some of these things are gonna die. Some of them are going to produce flowers. Then eventually it'll go off and die because it just didn't want to be what you wanted it to be. And that's fine and all part of bonsai. Do we take those? Yes. Let's go ahead and take a little nub off the side here. And all I'm doing is just taking a little bit off to kind of get some of this rooting hormone down there. Nothing spectacular. Put a little soil in the pot, tilt it on the side where I want it, hold it with my fingers. Press it down, tap. Now once the water gets in it, these pots will get a little bit more heavier, which is good, which is what we want. All right, so I think we're gonna do nice big bonsai with that one, nice one with that one, and then a nice big one with this one. We're gonna try to get this to flower out again. I will put some rooting hormone in the bottom. And this one has some rot on it. Put some cinnamon in the wound. Hopefully the rot is gone. I got most of it out. I try to turn these into bonsais as well. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna get something to stop the soil from coming out of the black pots. I'll be back. All right, guys, I'm back. So what I decided to do was I decided to got some, what is this? Some coconut mix, coconut husk. And I'm gonna put this at the bottom of the pot to stop some of that soil from coming through the small holes of these black pots. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get a little bit of that in the bottom of that. Also gonna take up some space. Put a nice little layer at the bottom. All right, let's start working our next plant. That's the one. That's the one. So let's go ahead and take a little corner, little nippet of this off the side. Boom. Get our toothbrush. Rooting hormone on there. Being careful not to breathe this. Kind of anchor it down in there a little bit. Add some soil. And don't be afraid to put this soil above the root flare. Well, I shouldn't say the root flare. The trunk flare. Don't be afraid to put soil around there. With bonsai, you always have an area that you always are trying to expose. And you know, most people, they raise their bonsais up every so many years as the tree grows, especially like in desert roses, on succulents, you know. When you're taking it from cuttings like this, it's not gonna hurt anything. They have it below. Just make sure you keep up with your watering and you don't go crazy. So we're making some progress here. Got that bad boy sitting there. Let's put it here. Let's get this next one. Get a little bit of coconut in the bottom. Not too shabby. Some soil. Nope. Almost forgot to. Oh yeah, this is fresh. Is it? Forgot I sliced this one down the middle. You know, y'all. The rooting hormone on there. Let's keep that down in the bottom. So I was in this Facebook group. Well, I am in this Facebook group. I forget which one it is, but somebody in Tucson was looking to get into bonsai, and they were looking to purchase some plants, and they didn't know where to get them from. So I just happened to, had some bonsai in training that I put in the pots, and I was like, I got a lot of these. You never have too many of them. And I was like, man, I should sell some of them. But then I was like, nah, I really don't want to, do a business with when I'm selling plants. But I'm a business guy. That's just what I do. And then I just said, okay, let me post that I have some of these. And I put them in the group that I had them. And several people PM me, and I've been selling them like hotcakes. So it's crazy. So I'm deciding right now, do I want to have one big tree? Do I want to nip these here? Do I want to nip this one here? Because I could make 3 trees out of this. And I think I'm going to make 3 trees out of it. So I'm going to cut this one right below 45. And I'm going to cut, actually I can make 4 trees out of this one. I'll cut this one here. And I'm going to take, let's see. Let's leave it like that. I'm gonna leave it like this. I'll do 3 trees because I want it to be able to get some energy and things of that nature. So let me just slice a little bit of this off to kind of get it wet again so that my rooting powder can stick. And I'm gonna take another cutting this way. What I'm doing, I'm just, because this is healed over, I'm just putting it on some areas so that the rooting powder can go. But I'm noticing I'm kind of below a node. So let me just learn this from someone. You can run your knife like this. And you can go all around and cut straight through that node. And apparently this is a better way to root because it does not encourage water to get into the cutting. So I'm just kind of peeling back a little bit, a couple areas. I just want to make sure my rooting hormone has a place to get into. All right, let's go ahead and cut that off. Let's get some more rooting hormone. Tap some of that on there like that. Nice little gentle brushing. Y'all got all y'all Christmas presents purchased yet? Or y'all still out there trying to scramble and dabble? Actually, when this comes out, this will be after Christmas. Today is actually the 13th. So you can kind of see how many videos I have in a chamber. It's the 13th of December. But we're getting close. Christmas is next week, which is crazy. you all have everything out the way. Hopefully you have plans to, have some fun in a safe way to where, COVID doesn't get to you. Although some people don't care, man. I be on Instagram. I'm gonna tell you the states that do not care. States and cities. And or both. For one, no one in Florida cares about COVID. Every time you see something in Florida, it's super turned up. Super turned up. Likewise for Texas. Not a care in the world. I mean, you be seeing videos and people look like they don't have any mask on. So I'm like, look, I know y'all got the code, the secret sauce for this vaccine. I mean, not for the vaccine. Y'all had the vaccine before the vaccine even came out. Obviously. Because these people really be out here. So that's pretty heavy in that pot. I can't wait to get some water on that to hold that in place. So this one fell over. I guess I didn't do a good job, so I'm gonna do this one different. I'm gonna go ahead and slice it down the middle, turn it into two separates. Put some of this in the bottom and plug that hole up a bit. Stick that down in there. It's still falling over. Losing. You know what it is? I gotta get this at the bottom. That should hold it in place. There we go. There we go. Now you're looking like something. Glad I did that because I think this will be a better looking bonsai than the twin trunk that I was planning on doing. Oh man, I ran out of pots. Let me finish potting these up and then I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna take care of this one here. Let's get them in some hormone while it's still wet. We'll put this one in a small pot. I like this twin even though we got some, it just broke off. It's telling me, it just told me you don't want to be in a pot like that. So that's 3, and we can do this one, that is 4. All right, let's get this big one in. Do we want to turn this into something different? So assuming that this would be the front of the bonsai, gotta look at this limb. Does it really do anything? Gotta look at this limb. Does it really do anything? I think this one in the middle really is not doing anything. So let's go ahead on and take it off. We'll turn this into a maybe 2, maybe 1. Now we got this Y shape here. We got a little dead branch or shriveling up branch there. And we got a Y going that way. We could have a Y going this way if we take that off. Let's take this off. Just kind of doing some pruning. I'm gonna try to root these too, these little small ones that fell off. Prune here. ahead and take this off. So I got a Y, then I got a Y here and a Y there. So that's what I'll try to do, the way I'll style this one. So I have, this will be 2 Ys, and then this one in the back is in the way, so let's make sure. Yeah, let's take that one off. That's what will be planted. It's much more lighter, and I think it'll be an exceptional bonsai. So let me go get some more pots. All right, guys, I'm back. So I went and got some more of my pots. Load these up with a little bit in the bottom. Whoa, my bad dog almost broke you. A little soil. Oh. Forgot to put rooting hormone on this. Cup. Another one. Little shots of Jade succulents. That's what it is. So I just cut that. Let's go ahead on and get this coated. Voila. Let's get, why not, a little bit of that in the bottom. Let's move this around because I'm afraid I'm going to break a leg off. Hit it twice already. But yeah, man, I was pretty happy to sell some of my juniper bonsais, and it got me thinking. I always wanted to sell bonsais eventually, but it got me thinking, like, man, you could potentially get to the point where you shipping across the world and doing all those things if you found a good shipping source and a way to handle the packages. I would love to, especially if I could become, if I could import from Japan and China. I would love to do that. So who knows what the future holds. For those who don't know, I own a food truck called Mr. Cookman's Food Truck, and I've paused our operations in the food truck because of COVID. I just didn't want to be in the truck handling money, face to face with customers and things like that. Although a lot of people across the world that own food trucks, they're still out there. Well, I shouldn't say a lot, because a lot of people have decided that it's not worth it. In terms of health, financially, it's definitely worth it. Everybody wants food trucks now. I get at least 4 or 5 emails a day asking to book. But who knows? This may be my new thing, bonsai. And then I also own a jewelry business, handmade jewelry business called Heirlooms and Accessories. I also sell art through that business. And you can look all these up on, if you go to the description of this video, in the description I have my link tree, and my link tree takes you to all of my websites, all of the different things that I do to make money. And since COVID hit, I've pretty much been putting most of my resources into art, looking for good deals on art, buying art. A lot of people are getting rid of art and things of that nature. And I've just been there sucking it up, buying it all, Hasn't been a lot of it that I like, but a lot of people are getting rid of it. I guess, people scrap for cash, they want different types of art themselves, who knows? But yeah, I bought some art over COVID. I sold some art over COVID. I want to sell more art. That's really why I want to, merge these worlds together between gardening. Of course, bonsai is living art, but I want to merge those worlds, and I also do the jewelry as well. I do wire wrapping with crystals and gems and all of that stuff, and I do enjoy that business. However, the problem when you're in jewelry, most people don't want to pay for the amount of labor that goes into you making a piece. It's real intricate. It's real labor intensive. And unfortunately, when you go to sell your products, people try to haggle you on your prices. And it's like they don't understand all of the time and effort that goes into the pieces. Which makes me get to the point where I'm like, okay, I'll just make pieces for people, when they ask for them, versus keeping anything in stock. You know what I mean? But I do enjoy that a lot. You learn a lot about the world through crystals, gems, and minerals. And of course, I was thinking about this the other day, being in a food truck. People don't realize what goes into being in the food business. When you're in the food business, I actually have a corporate job that I work Monday through Friday, but we get every other Friday off. And in those off Fridays, I'm in the food truck. On Saturdays, I'm in the food truck, and on select Sundays, depending on the event, I would also be in the food truck. But people don't realize, if you're gonna be in that truck, you have to be up. Let's say if you have an event that's like at 5 o'clock, you pretty much gotta be up at 6, 7 o'clock, prepping, going to your commercial kitchen, your commissary, making sure everything is in order. And that's just the day of. That's not talking about you going to the store, buying meat, cleaning meat, prepping the meat, storing the meat. There's a lot that goes into it. It's actually a process, a weekly process to in order to be able to execute an event. And just doing that on Saturdays and Sundays and Friday, every other Friday. I did that for 8 years, something like that. And the last 2 times I was in a truck, it was I did something at what they call Hotel Congress down here in Tucson, Arizona. And basically what it was an event where they bring out black vendors and try to give black businesses some exposure, which was great. It was a great event. I did really well, really enjoyed it. But that was like my last dance, if you will. Because during that process, that's when I had started to, I'm gonna put this somewhere else. I started to realize, taking a couple of months off from the business after doing it for like I say, 8 years or so, and then going back into it, it's just different. It's a whole different experience. It's a whole different vibe. And I don't know, I remember it was hot. It was hot as hell. So I did Hotel Congress, and then I did another event at La Paloma, which is right next to La Paloma, the resort. And it was almost like you in a fight, and you battling in this fight, and then you realize that, hey, you might have to go out on your shield because you satisfied. It was a euphoric moment, but it also was a sad moment because you realizing that, hey, you might not be in the food truck again. This might be the last dance for real. You know what I mean? And if that's the case, then I put enough into the game. I've done enough in the food truck to where I could say, hey, I could pack up the camp, and I can move into bonsai and be perfectly okay in terms of how things ended with the food truck. I mean, I own the food truck. I bought it out cash. It's not like I would, die in need to make money or anything or sell it. It'll always be there. And my plan always was, if it don't work out, then it'll make for a nice backyard kitchen. Put it in the backyard. And it's just crazy to think that we're this many months in, and now I'm into bonsai. If you'd have caught me this time last year, it would have just been, barbecue and jewelry. Those were my things. But this year, it's bonsai, And I'm glad I have multiple things that I can go back and forth and do, and not be one-dimensional or two-dimensional. It's many different things that I could do. So yeah, it's I think about that, like, hey, after selling those junipers this weekend, I was just like, man, this might be the groove, especially giving me a year, 2 years, and I get to the point where I can import from Japan and get some volume pricing, take advantage of some economies of scale. And who knows, man, I might be the go-to bonsai guy for Arizona, I think I'm the go-to bonsai guy for Tucson. At least I hope I'm not. I take that. I'm the youngest go-to guy. There are some gurus in Tucson. One of the biggest selections of bonsai in the southwestern region. That guy is in Tucson. And he has a huge collection. Huge collection. So this one wants to tip over. I don't want to put it into a bigger pot. So let me see if I can, let's see if we can take some of this soil, plug these ports up, a little bit more in there, and then let's see if we can put some of this soil in the bottom. What I'm doing is for a little bit more weight, and stability, and I'm hoping I can do this. Not gonna work. So, do we want it in this? Do we want to cut it down? I can turn this into 3 bonsais. Easy solution. We're gonna go ahead and nip this here. Easy solution. We're gonna turn that into a bonsai, and then we're gonna take this one and nip this one here. I'm gonna pour out some of this some of this soil. Then I'm gonna go back in here again. that will be a phenomenal bonsai one day. And let's go ahead and pot up this small one. It's like a jungle in here. So this one needs something to clog that hole up. Need some rooting hormone. So what about you guys? What do y'all do for business? And what are y'all doing to pass time during COVID? Y'all have any special things you're into? See, a lot of people are into Bitcoin. I'm big into investing. I'm more of a mutual fund guy. I have a couple stocks, but I'm more of a mutual fund guy. For those who don't know, mutual funds are a collection of stocks that you can buy. So you might have a mutual fund that invests in Coke. You might have stock in Pepsi, stock in Smart Water, you name it. And then I buy that mutual fund, that way I buy into multiple companies. So that's how that one looked. Right there. And we got one more, this one, the last Y. So what I'm going to do with this one, slice this a bit. Let's get some rooting hormone on there. Like that. Oh, by the way, if you ever have a rooting hormone, you always want to not put your pieces into here. You want to put this into a container and dip into that container. I want to get rid of this stuff, so that's why you see me doing that. Let's see, let's add a little bit more of this here. And I will come back because I got to get some more bonsai soil. We're back. Let's pick up where we left off at. We were working on this one. Let's get some soil down there. Put this here. Now we have these big boys. These big boys. I don't know if these are gonna survive, to be honest with you. I mean, they're nice and hard, but sometimes it's hard getting these big things to root. I'm gonna go ahead and pop some of that off the bottom. Going around his nose here a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and give it a nice dusting. Rooting powder. All right. This. Actually, pull some of this back. Put a little layer down, because you don't want this sitting in that mix I have. I mean that coconut husk. Coconut husk, it holds water. So what I'm gonna do on these is I'm gonna water these one time, and I will not water them again for probably 4 to 6 weeks. Hopefully by then they have rooted. Everything is good. There we go. All right, last one. This one most likely will die. Had some rot in it. Don't know if I caught it in time, but we will give it a college try. Cut a little bit of that off. A little bit more. Should be cutting this way. All right. Let's get some rooting hormone on that bad boy. Some coconut husk in the bottom of this. Boom. And I forgot to tell you guys that these little black pots that I have, found them while hunting and shopping for discounted plants as well. I found these before I started doing this show. I found them last summer, and someone had like 10,000 of them. And they were selling them for, I think I spent $20 on it, if that. And I said, oh yeah, I need to get those. And I went and got them, then look at me next year, I'm doing Black Bonsai Guy. So we just get this out of there, this out of there. Just making sure my soil's all the way around. All right, that is it. Let's go ahead on and clean up a bit. Let's go ahead and let's do this. Put this over here. Throw that over there, put this here, and we'll do a recap of everything we have. I won't mess with that because I don't want it to get over the floor. I'm gonna just get a towel and sweep everything off. So let's do it. One. No, let me pause and do it right. All right, guys, I'm back. So now what we're gonna do is we've done our repot on everything. So I'll just take a quick second to put these into the container and kind of show you guys what we're doing. Boom, boom. Then we're gonna give these some water. You know, everything needs a drinking tickle of water. I want to kind of pack those in there. Put that in there like that. And this will be the new home. I'll be doing the bottoms up watering method on these. So I probably, other than this first time, just to get the, actually I think I'm gonna do bottoms up on everything. Yeah, we're gonna do bottoms up. So I'm just pouring my water into the bottom of the pot. and let these pull up water as they need it versus me pouring water down on them right now, because I just want to create a moist, humid environment so that they can root. I don't want a soaky wet environment because that's going to just rot them away. There you go, right there. So we had 12 right here, and we still working. Still working. Boom, boom. Here's another one. That's going to be a fine bonsai one day. And here's another. Let's see if we can get this one out of here. Boom, boom. So that is 17 that we were able to do. And we got this big one right here. It's damaged. And we'll just put these right to the back of it so everything's nice and tight. Oh, this one shifted around on me a little bit. May have to add some more soil to it. Oh yeah, we gotta take care of that one separately. He's coming out. Needs more soil. Take that one. Got this one. So you gotta be nice and heavy. Even this one rocked around a little bit. We'll add some more soil to this one as well. And then we got these two right here. They don't fit. Actually, I could fit one more in there. Let's go ahead and get this one in. And this one looks like it shifted on me as well. So these two need more soil. And that's it. So a little bit of water here. We're just gonna pour that in. All right. So what'll happen is the water will wick up the pots. So basically you have this little hole right there, and you have these give me a second, take this out. You have these holes there, you have these holes there, and they're sitting in water. That soil is extremely dry. So what these things will do is they'll wick all of that water up. So when I come back tomorrow, you'll see that, most of this water has been wicked up, and these plants, so they'll take it as they need it. Like I said, this will be the last time I water them. I won't give them any more. So hopefully they all make it. And that's all I have for you guys today. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that you're notified of all of my videos when they come out. And other than that, you guys have a great day. Talk to you later. Bye, BBs, and bye, BGs.